Are you living in a comfort zone prison? Have you ever noticed how your promises of change keep slipping into tomorrow, next month, next year, always hovering just beyond reach? That comfortable delay is actually the most dangerous trap you'll ever face. In those quiet moments of honest reflection, you already know, staying the same isn't neutral. It's a subtle form of regression. What you're about to discover isn't another motivational speech, but rather an uncomfortable truth about why your moment for transformation must be now. It's a simple truth, isn't it? The kind that sits quietly in the corner of our minds, the one we politely ignore while busying ourselves with the distractions of someday. We whisper promises to the future. Next week will be different, next month I'll start, next year everything will finally fall into place. But a deeper wisdom stirs within us, a knowing that tomorrow is merely today's shadow stretched long. If the foundation remains unchanged, what miraculous transformation do we truly expect to blossom? The most insidious prison isn't the dramatic crash of failure, it's the velvet handcuffs of comfort. It's the almost imperceptible slide into routines that once offered solace but now serve only to stagnate. Each day you choose to remain the same isn't a neutral pause, it's a subtle but relentless drift backward. Life, in its vibrant, demanding nature, refuses to accommodate stillness. You are either actively cultivating growth, reaching for the sunlight, or you are imperceptibly shrinking, allowing the shadows to creep in. There is no safe harbor of indifference where you can anchor yourself and passively hope for a favorable tide. True, lasting change isn't the grand cinematic upheaval our imaginations conjure. It doesn't arrive with fanfare and flashing lights. It's born in the quiet solitude of our most personal battles, in the infinitesimal decisions that accumulate like grains of sand to form a new landscape. It's the almost imperceptible act of dragging yourself from the warm embrace of the sheets when every fiber of your being screams for 5 more minutes of oblivion. It's the deliberate reaching for the weight of a book instead of the weightless scroll of endless distraction. It's the resolute step across the threshold of the gym, silencing the chorus of convenient excuses. These micro moments, seemingly insignificant in their isolation, are the very building blocks of a transformed existence, subtly yet powerfully altering the entire trajectory of your life's journey. How often do we find ourselves waiting for a mythical moment of readiness? We tell ourselves elaborate stories about needing more motivation, a surge of energy, an unwavering sense of certainty before we dare to act. But this elusive feeling rarely materializes. Waiting for the perfect alignment of the stars is often just a sophisticated form of procrastination, a comfortable stall while our dreams slowly wither and fade. The profound truth is that action doesn't follow readiness, it precedes it. You don't magically become courageous and then perform brave acts. You step into the arena, you act with bravery, and in that very act, you discover the courage that resided within you all along. Hope, in its purest form, is a radiant force, a vital spark that ignites the imagination. But without the grounding of action, hope becomes a fragile illusion, a comforting lie we whisper to ourselves to justify our inertia. To perpetually say things will get better while stubbornly clinging to the same stagnant habits is not optimism. It's a subtle form of self-deception, a way to avoid the discomfort of confronting our present reality. Hope, untethered from movement, is an empty vessel, a beautiful promise left unfulfilled. It is the consistent, deliberate act of moving forward that alchemizes hope into tangible reality. The truth, often spoken in hushed tones, is that change is inherently terrifying. The chilling uncertainty of the unknown, the inevitable aches and pains of growth, these are real and potent forces that can paralyze even the most resolute among us. But here lies a profound secret, a truth often overlooked in our fear, the insidious pain of remaining stuck, of living a life that feels increasingly alien, is far more corrosive than the temporary discomfort of transformation. It doesn't announce itself with a dramatic flourish. It creeps in slowly, a silent erosion of the spirit. It's the gnawing regret that keeps you awake in the quiet hours of the night. It's the subtle, persistent sadness that washes over you when you realize years have slipped through your fingers and you are still inhabiting a life you barely recognize as your own. Fear whispers insidious warnings. Change is risky. But regret, in its brutal honesty, eventually screams, "You squandered your chance." You don't need a dramatic overhaul, a sudden chaotic flipping of your entire existence. What you truly need is a system, a carefully constructed framework of tiny, deliberate changes that, when compounded over time, yield results so profound they can feel almost miraculous. Systems are the silent architects of transformation, consistently outperforming the fleeting bursts of motivation. Motivation is a fickle flame, easily extinguished by the winds of fatigue and doubt. Systems, however, provide structure and momentum, guiding you forward even when your inner fire dims. Build your days not around wishful thinking, but around concrete actions that actively sculpt you into the person you aspire to become, not the shadow of the person you are desperately trying to escape. The equation is stark, almost brutal in its simplicity. If you desire a different life, you must actively choose to live differently. You cannot continue to sow the same seeds of inaction and expect a vibrant garden of new possibilities to spontaneously erupt. You cannot keep reciting the same tired excuses and anticipate a new and fulfilling destiny to magically appear on your doorstep. Your present reality is the direct harvest of the habits you diligently cultivated yesterday, both consciously and unconsciously. It's a subtle but critical distinction. Many mistake the gentle embrace of self-compassion for the debilitating indulgence of self-pity. Being kind to yourself doesn't grant you a perpetual license to remain broken, to wallow in the comfort of stagnation. True, profound self-compassion is often the very force that compels you to push beyond your perceived limitations, to demand more of yourself when every instinct urges you to retreat. It means loving yourself enough to refuse the seductive allure of the easy way out, recognizing that true growth lies just beyond the edge of your comfort zone. You do not nurture your future self by making excuses for your present inaction. You actively protect that future by making the difficult but necessary decisions in the here and now. Let this truth resonate deep within you. No external savior is coming to rescue you from the inertia of your own making. No perfect, divinely ordained moment is poised to descend and effortlessly sweep you towards your dreams. No magical spark will ignite and make the arduous journey of transformation suddenly effortless. It is simply you, your conscious choices, and the unfolding tapestry of the life that irrevocably grows from those decisions. And this realization is not a cause for fear, but a profound reason for celebration, because it signifies that your future is not held hostage by the whims or actions of anyone else. It is yours, entirely, wildly, and yes, perhaps a little terrifyingly yours to shape. You already possess this fundamental understanding. Deep within the quiet chambers of your heart, you can feel the unwavering truth. Nothing will fundamentally shift if nothing changes in your daily actions. The vibrant, fulfilling life you dare to dream about is not a distant fantasy. It is a tangible possibility, patiently waiting for you to take that initial, courageous step. It begins with a singular choice made today. One small but significant shift in your routine. One pivotal moment where you consciously decide that the potential of your future holds more weight than the comfortable familiarity of your fear. That your cherished dreams are more compelling than the persistent whispers of your doubts. That your unique purpose in this world eclipses the seductive allure of your well-worn excuses. Because when you truly commit to change, when you break free from the inertia of the familiar, everything changes.